We're going to chat to you today about the dresses that are really around this season, and there are lots of dresses, lots of shirt dresses, prairie dresses, midi dresses, even some maxi dresses, and if you've got gorgeous legs and you want to show them off, some shorter ones as well. So let's have a look at some.
Okay, so firstly, I guess we can talk about what we're wearing. So we've both gone for sort of a midi style dress. I've gone for a big bow detail on mine because that's also a very current trend. So what I've done, I've got contrast because I'm clear, so anyone that's got that clear bright colouring, that works for you. And I've added a pop of colour as well just because I love colour. And then if you look down, I've got some very silly green shoes on. No, they're not silly, they're lovely, I love them. But anyway, pulling the colours together. So that's me doing a midi dress. Now let's have a look at what's in here, and then Beth can talk about hers in a moment. So we've got all sorts of things out at the moment. You'll know there's lots of animal prints around. So this one is a very long line midi dress in a very soft sort of colouring in terms of the colour of it. This is very good for lots of shapes, but particularly apples, sort of rounder shapes, because it's got no defined waist and the pattern all over sort of disguises as well. So that might be a really easy and very comfortable because it's in quite a stretchy sort of fabric as well. So
I think this one is going to look a lot better on a body actually.
Yeah,
it doesn't really look
sort of
much on a hanger, but I would get into Marks and Spencer's and try that one on.
It's lovely,
and you know, you could belt it if you've got a waist, or you could, you know,
just
if you
leave
haven't, just leave it. I think that one will look a lot nicer on a body.
And it is very trendy, it's very current at the moment as well, so it's a really good look if you want to try a little bit of animal print but you don't want to go too over the top with
Again,
it as well.
if you're not a very beigey person, you could put a red jacket over that, or add a pop of colour somewhere like Kerrie's done with hers.
Okay, and then this is the beige look. So again, we've spoken about that with the colour one, but this is a very obviously beigey toned dress. This is very waisted, so this is much better on shapes that have got an indentation at their waist, a natural indentation around the waist, and it's in quite a soft fabric as well, and it's got a V neck. So again, if you've got a fuller bust, you could potentially wear something like this with the open neckline, and then it's got a soft skirt. So actually, it might look quite nice on the hourglasses as well.
Yeah.
So really pretty detailing and a little bit of gold buttons, whatever those are, eyelets I think. So anybody that's warmer skin toned, that would look lovely. Again, if you need more colour, then avoid the beige or add some colour to it, because that on its own it is one block colour of beige. Okay, similarly we've got the rust colour, so again very similar style, very easy style. This is very stretchy. I've tied this one at the back there, so if you don't want a belt you can always tie it around the back to add a little bit of a curve around the middle there as well. So nice easy dress. That one's from Next.
Some of the shirt dresses this season are very stiff, aren't they, you know,
soft,
and they just don't work if you've got a curve, but that's really
quite
nice jersey fabric.
Although I'd be a bit careful if you've got a nice full bust with the little pocket details there, won't be so flattering. Okay, and the other thing is there's lots of prints around. So here we've got a sort of Versace-ish look. Very, very patterned, this one. So again, it's a lot of contrast in there. So it's good if you've got contrast in your colouring. It's got a belt, but again, actually you could probably tie that around the back. So is it curved? Yeah, no, actually that would work. So you could tie that around the back if you don't want to bring the eye to the waist. And again, it's patterned top to toe, so I quite like that one myself. There we go. Over to you.
Okay, I didn't tell you what I've got on. Let's talk about the warehouse dress. I'm loving this one because it's just got a built-in belt.
Yeah,
that's very good. Now on the hanger, you will see a lot of the time,
it's done up. Yeah,
they're done up here. And you can see that it just looks like there's a lot of me. It sort of chunks me out. It's not so good. So you might want to, if you are fuller busted, a little cami. I do this a lot with dresses, a little cami, and just leave it open. And then with these mid-length dresses, they can be tricky on the leg area as well. Now I tried this one on for my husband when I got home, because I do have one now. I did him a little fashion show, as I do because I'm such a show off, and he said no, that looks so frumpy. It was really cutting me on the widest part of my leg with shoes. Suddenly I went off and I swapped to the boot, and you can't really tell. It looks a lot better with a boot. So if you try it doesn't work with a dress, try with a boot. And sometimes if you love the shape of something enough, you know, find a way to make it work. If it doesn't work on the bust open up.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work on the leg,
Yeah.
add a boot. Anyway, enough of the warehouse tiger print. Again, they had this in orange, but the orange is far too warm for me, so this is a bit of a cooler brown, and it just softens the black, which we know is a bit harsh for me. Okay, florals, lovely one. We're warehouse again, but lovely bright colours with this. And if animal print doesn't float your boat, we know there's a lot out there, but if it's really not your thing and you prefer a pretty floral, that's quite a nice one, and a bit of a shorter version as well. Then we've got this one, which is a little bit like the craft work, really, isn't it? It's a double layer. Lots of craft work about at the moment. So yeah, that's rather lovely.
Stiff though, isn't it?
It's quite stiff, this one, so beware. If you've got large curves, it's not going to be for you. If you're neat hourglass, if you're a straighter figure, that will work really well. And again, if you're a straighter figure and you don't want to draw attention to the waist area, just tie at the back or just lose the belt altogether. But I like the red.
It's lovely.
That's a nice one. That's from Principles at Debenhams. This one I've been living and dying in, and you will see me in this on some of the other videos. This one's great. It's a maxi, so you know, my summer body, Kerrie said, we're going to do spring summer trends. We could be a bit more summery. My summer body has not arrived, girls. So I'm living and dying in this at the moment. Really, really soft and floaty. It elongates because it goes all the way to the floor. Nice long sleeves. I can pop a belt on there, but again, you've got the leopard print. Now beware, when you're wearing prints, you really need to keep the scale in mind. So really, this one's a tiny bit small for me. I feel like quite a chunky girl. I need to go a little bit bigger with a print.
Whereas I'm probably better wearing that than this, really, because this is slightly big, so it's slightly wearing me. But sometimes it's all about breaking those rules, and if you love something, go for it. So this is me breaking a rule.
Bend the rules.
All right, bend them rather than break them.
We've got somebody, we don't know whether we're going to have to redo this, but we've got somebody next door that's decided to use his chainsaw or something. We're not even sure. This one, what a multi-purpose dress is this? This one is from Florence and Fred.
Florence and Fred, yeah.
How brilliant. It's got warmer tones, it's got cooler tones.
Yeah.
It's got diagonal stripes. So we talk a lot about stripes on straight bodies and not on curvy bodies, but when they're diagonal, you know, the curvy bodies will get away with it. The straighter bodies, it'll split them up a bit and make them not look very straight and chunky. It's got an asymmetrical hem, so again, that's quite flattering. You know, it doesn't have to land on a good point of the leg if it's asymmetrical. And it's got this little self belt again, a little bit of a sleeve, so if you're conscious, you're not, your arms aren't your favourite part of your body and you just want something to cover the top of your arm, that will do that as well. I think that really one's just going to fly off the rails, that one. That's brilliant. Now this one, quite bright, cool tones. You've got the animal print feel about this one. It's actually sold as tie-dye, and tie-dye again is a big trend this season, and it is sort of a tie-dye animal print. Wow. Again, you've got buttons down the front, but you could put a cami underneath, you could leave it open, or you could just, it's a really nice shape, that. Little breast pockets there again, little sleeve, but quite soft and drapey. It is, so yeah, that's a useful one. Again, would work on a lot of different shapes. And this is one that we probably showed you last season, but just to say, the prairie dresses, the florals are around. It's a nice length, that. It's a nice in-betweeny sort of length, isn't it? Not all the way down, but if your legs are not your best fit, as with me, it does hide.
Well, it's got a handkerchief hemline, hasn't it? So it
brings
works
the attention to the ankles.
Yeah, it's really
quite
pretty.
flattering.
So lots of midi dresses out there. It's a case of midi dresses, prairie dresses, or shorter dresses if you prefer those. So it's a case of working out which one works for your colouring, which one works for your body shape, which one you like more than anything, because it's all about your style personality as well. So enjoy shopping the dress trend.
Find your style mojo
and ooze confidence.